Okay, hello everybody. So today I am going to walk you through some best practices for Medium articles and how to make sure that they are looking good and bringing in more traffic to you. So let's get started here. I'm going to share my screen and you should be able to see my article now. Okay, so in this article, you notice I've just dropped in an article that I wrote in Microsoft Word, and now I'm ready to edit it and make it look nice for Medium. One note is that when you are writing a new story, you can actually enter the URL for your blog post, and it will extract the story from there and give it a conical link. Okay, I'll show you how to do that later if we're doing it manually, but when you write new story, it'll actually show up there. Okay, so what we have here is my story, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. So we're just going to bring this up to the top, all the way up to the top here. I'm going to make this my title. I often like using a subtitle, right? So the big T at the top is for your title, and the small t at the top is for your subtitle. Now we can also add a kicker here. If I add a return and I put in some additional information, so how to improve your outlook on life. Okay, and I'm going to make this a kicker. There you go. All right, so a kicker is something that gives a little bit of a preview of the story. I've found that oftentimes these are helpful for bringing more people to your writing because it gives them a better understanding of what your story is all about. So from here, you can see I have all my text. The next thing I want to do is add a picture. So you can add your own picture by using this icon here and then selecting a image from your computer. You can also add a YouTube video. You can embed a link or use an embed code for another type of video. For example, if you're using Vimeo or if you're using Loom and you want to embed that video, you could use this. You can also add code snippets and you can create parts of your story. And today we're going to look at adding a image here. So when we're adding this image, it's actually pulling images from Unsplash. So if you're not familiar with unsplash.com, it is a repository of images that can be used license free. And you usually need to use an attribute, but when you pull the image from Unsplash, it will automatically add the attribute. So in this case, we're going to type in, let's type in trainer, because I want some image of a coach. And let's choose this one. That's pretty good. Okay, so we have the one person training the other person on how to improve. We have a kicker here. Now you notice I have my links here to the story or to the image, and then I am ready to go. So what I like to do next is, if I'm not using headlines, I like to bold different parts of the story as an indication that it is a heading. I actually learned this trick from Time Magazine, and the bold lets us know that we're seeing something new. Okay, so I have that here at the beginning. I have my article here. Now, this is actually from a speech I wrote for Toastmasters. And to be honest, I haven't really edited in for a written piece, but I have done that now. So I am going to put a return here. I'm going to take this out. And then I'm going to show you how you can use headlines. So now we have headlines here that we can use. And these are different than the headers that we saw at the top, which actually indicates that it's the name of the story. These headers are the big T for larger topics, and the small t for subtopics. So we can put the big T there, and then I can take out my 3 dots, which I usually use as a way to separate sections of my story. Okay, then I have my next section here is your teacher, and I'm just going to put this here, add my heading here. Oops, let's go back and fix this. That's a main topic. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to put this one is your accountability partner. And let's make this a headline as well. Okay, in reality, people don't read from the beginning of a story to the end. These days, just like watching videos, they usually choose short videos, not long form. And so the idea is that by including headers, it helps people to find the information that they want to see in the story. So we've got our accountability here, and then we have the conclusion here, and I'm going to here. Okay. And yeah, and I can actually do, I'm going to idea in brief. There we go. Okay, so now my story is ready to go. Now, oftentimes people want to link to stories that they wrote uh, previously, and you can do that by all means at the bottom here or anywhere in your story. And you can do that just by adding a URL. So for example, if I go to, let's just bring this up here and go to Medium. Whoops, not media supply. We're going to Medium. Okay, I go here to my stories. And let's just pick this one. Okay, I can copy the link for the story by clicking here. Copy the link. Now in your stories, you also have copy your friends link. If you don't know about this, a friends link allows people to read your story for free, and it doesn't count against the, I think you get 3 free reads for a Medium account if you are not a paid member. So that won't count towards the lead. So we're going to copy that one, and I'm going to drop that one. I usually like to drop it someplace that either breaks things up. So I've got 3 paragraphs there, 3 there, 3 there, the ID in brief. Let's just drop that one here. So I can put that here, and I can add the URL. And when I hit return, it will, boom, it'll drop in that story here. And then people can check out that other story. So you can do that as well. You can add it at the bottom. I usually don't add them at the bottom now because the first few stories after an article is published at the bottom of your feed will be stories that you wrote, and then there'll be other stories from Medium that are around those same topics. Okay, so we have our story here. You notice it added a return, and so I can take that out and tighten up my story a little bit. Okay, now I'm almost ready to go. So I have a couple of choices here. I can publish, but stop. We don't want to publish yet. Okay, we want to go back to the story. And I am, okay, and so we have a couple of options here. Before we do that, let's go back to the story. And it's not going to take me to the story, so I have to go back to my stories here, and I'll have to pull it out of my drafts. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to hit the 3 dots. Okay, so I have these options, add to a publication, and just let me briefly say that if you are not publishing your stories in publications, you're missing a good opportunity. Publications have more readers and followers than you do. So these are your stories will then show up on the publications page, and that will then allow you to organically get some more readers, which will lead to you getting more followers. And as people follow you, then your articles will show up in their feed. And as they show up in your feed, then they're more likely to click on your stories and give you some traction. So we have a couple of other things. We can share a draft link. If there's someone that we want to review our story, we can absolutely do that. We can manage the settings for our story is here as well, right? Change our feature image, change the display, the title, change our topics, right? And see our revision history. And so we're going to start by going to more settings. And in more settings, we have a couple of things that we can change. So first of all, we can choose our topics. We can add up to 5 topics, and I recommend that you use all 5. Now, adding the topics in different places will give you different information. So for example, there are some places where you can see the number of people or the number of stories that are on a specific topic, letting you know the topics that are popular. In other places, like for example, if I put here, coach, for a topic, it just shows me, right, the options for our topic. So I'm going to click that one for right now and add that here. So we have the SEO title. This is the title that will show up. For example, if someone looks for this topic on Google and my Medium article comes up, then you notice they ask that a topic usually be about 60 characters or it's truncated. Well, my problem is that my name plus this by is about 15 characters. So it takes up a good portion of my title. And you can see it here. You don't have to go it along. Why You Need a Coach by John Cunningham on Medium. That looks good. I'm okay with that. The next is the SEO description. And this will pull the SEO description right from the beginning of your story. So let's see what we have here. Coach is your trusted advisor, your teacher, and your accountability partner, all rolled into one. Let's look at each of these roles that a coach plays in helping you succeed in life. That's pretty good. I don't think I need this. So we can change this to a period then. Okay, and I'm at 183 and they're recommending 140 to 156. So how can we take this out? Can take out this. Yeah, your trusted advisor, teacher, and accountability coach. Now I'm at 173. And let's change this to how do. Does. Each of these roles. Play a role in helping you take out a unnecessary word. Succeed in life. Okay, I'm at 163 now. I'm pretty close. So if it truncates, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? About 9 words, 9 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, helping you succeed. Okay, let's just take this out. There we go. All right, and we can take this period out as well. And we're at actually 155 characters. That will show up. Okay, there we go. So yeah, take some time to play with this. I will occasionally pull a sentence or two from the middle of the article and sometimes even from the summary because the summary is usually short and concise. Okay, and then we are ready to go. So I have that. I have my description. We have the URL for our article. The next thing we want to do is go to our advanced settings here, and we can create an automatic or a custom story link. If I click on custom, right, it's going to then give me these options for creating a custom link. In this case, I'll just choose automatic. And then the last thing is a canonical link. So if we publish this story somewhere else before, then we want to show that it was that is the case. And so we can click here, and then we add the canonical link right down here. Now, the idea of the benefit of this is for your stories that were published somewhere else before is twofold. So first of all, you can use the exact same content and for your stories rather than rewriting the story, saving you time. The second thing is that you're creating an inbound link to your story from another source, which will help your SEO and help people to find the article. Right. And the third thing is that you can link this story in your note in your story itself, right? And the way that I do it is I usually go back to here to the story, and then I'll just put this at the end, right? This story originally appeared on, and then your website. Okay, and then I'll just add the link right here, right? That'll okay, and that will create an inbound link to my story. That'll also help the SEO on your original story. Haven't done that here, so I'm good to go. All right. If you're good so far, let's then look at, we're going to then add our topics. So we can go here to change our topics. Okay, we can add, right now we had coaching. So let's look at personal improvement, personal development, or personal growth. And you can see here that it's actually showing the number of interest, people who are interested in this topic. So I'm going to pick that one. Get started. Okay, I also had coaching. Oops. Let's take this one out. Trusted advisor. Show me how many people. 103. That's not such a good topic. Okay, although sometimes topics with low follows will mean that you get more reads from people who are interested specifically in this topic. Let's life advice. In your corner only has 2. All right, let's just add help. Self-help has 31,000. And let's just add we'll add that. Okay, so we have our 5 here. We're good to go. We can save that. Okay, and if we go back and then look at our more settings, you can see that we have our 5 topics here. Okay, once we have that, let's go back to our article. Okay, now if we're not in a publication, we can click publish. If we are in a publication, we can add to publication. And then you can see I'm actually a writer for many different publications. So I can choose the one that I want to submit to here. I usually submit to Illumination. And so I can click that, and then I can select to continue. It will then put my article in the Illumination queue. And then once the editors review the article and publish it, then I will get a notification and it's good to go. Otherwise, I can just publish it myself here. And if I do that, right, I actually get these other options. So I can put my story behind the paywall, which means it's now eligible to make money. And then I can send a link to any of my email subscribers, letting them know that this article is now up and ready to go. Okay, the other thing about this is that if I want to make changes, I can unpublish my story and then make changes and then publish it again. And even if your story is in a publication, it will automatically just be republished. You don't have to go through the editing queue again for it to be approved. That it will automatically be approved. So I hope that's helpful in helping you to get a little bit better understanding of how to make the most of your Medium account. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me. I'm here to help you. Thanks a lot and take care.